This is Jonathan Ferguson, the Keeper of Firearms and Artillery at the Royal Armouries Museum in the UK, which houses a collection of thousands of iconic weapons from throughout history. And I'm your host, Dave Jewett, and today, ahead of the release of 007 First Light, we're taking a look at a Bond classic, Nightfire.
This guy just saying, this isn't much of a contest, as I throw dozens of 20mm grenades at him. Turns out, he was correct. And there's the obligatory Bond's having a shootout while the bad guy's doing a big long monologue through a loudspeaker scene.
Yeah, you don't want to be a henchman in that scenario, do you, really? That's a fun video game weapon, though. I just love the way you're carrying around luggage. Right? facing enemies with guns, and just wait a minute while I set this up. Not a bad MP5K there.
No slap.
No slap, and a ton of recoil as well for a weapon that famously is not that hard in the recoilingness of it.
Are you okay?
No. My brain is starting to collapse on itself.
You can actually watch the 007 First Light episode a week early by subscribing to our Patreon right now, and over there you'll also find the extended edition of 007 Nightfire. Link in the description to find those, but without further ado, it's over to Jonathan.
Get me closer to the road.
Classic 007 Nightfire. Did you ever play this?
I didn't. No. When did this come out?
Oh, Nightfire was 2002.
Oh, wow. Okay. Who's doing the voice acting?
Not Pierce Brosnan.
No.
It's Maxwell Caulfield.
It's Peter Brosnan, his cousin.
I've left the intro to the game in, so you get a feel for Nightfire in general.
What's the rifle supposed to be? Some sort of... Oh, wait. Is this the Accuracy International?
Yeah, the first rifle in the game is a white suppressed AWM.
Okay. Yeah, you can barely see it from this angle. I think the colour is what's throwing me off. It meant to be like a sandy colour, is it? Or
It's meant to be white.
oh, there you go. It looks white. So, the reason that throws me off is that it's not... Well, I guess, okay, so it's like Arctic camouflaged in theory. But
Yeah.
I don't think AI ever made a white plastic set of side stocks for the AW series.
We will see it pop up again later in the gameplay as well, in both colours.
Looks a bit short as well. I don't know if that's meant to be like a reflex type suppressor that goes back over the barrel or what, but it looks super short. We do get a moving, like a fully 3D moving bolt, which I guess we would expect to see at this point. Some interesting emulation artifacting there, Dave.
What are you talking about? I dug out my PS2 to record this gameplay.
He doesn't look entirely unlike Pierce Brosnan. I think for 2002, these are actually some pretty sophisticated graphics, aren't they?
Yeah, my PlayStation was magically running at 4K somehow. that's helped.
That probably helps, yeah. Well, meantime, we have the very unlicensed Wolfram PP7, was it?
Yeah.
A not very well concealed stand-in for the Wolfer, of course. Mirrored, interestingly, so there's a proper PPK in 7.65mm with the ejection opening on the right of the slide, and on screen it's on the left. Hammer is down, as I'm looking at it now. And we are missing, notably, the safety. I guess, again, because it's mirrored. So there's no safety on the right side. The right side's now the left side. That one looks to have a black polymer grips. We do have ones with black. I happen to have picked one up that is brown, which I guess is a bit more traditional looking. But it is a post-war manufacture PPK. Quite a slow moving slide there, but we do see that it's moving past the barrel, as it were. So the barrel is this bit of the barrel is a modelled part of the barrel, not a separate thing that moves with the slide. So that's somewhat sophisticated. We hear the difference in tone of the normal gunshot versus the suppressed gunshot. Obviously, they're not going to not do that. Quite a distinctive report without the suppressor on it, actually. But yeah, hammer is down the whole time. So that would be fine for the first shot, but it should then cycle. Whoops. Forgot I had a magazine on there. First shot double action, fine. It should then cycle and stay to the rear. So that's a mistake, but a common mistake. You do get a sense of how small it is, I think, on screen, partly because the trigger finger is protruding quite far through the trigger guard and sticking out. You do get the sense that it's this little dinky pocket pistol, which it really is. It's kind of nuts that Bond still uses this thing. It's just so tiny.
This is from the era of video games as well, where if you have a suppressor on, it does much less damage.
Yeah, okay.
So an unsuppressed shot is, I think, 2 shots to the body to kill one of these goons. 3 if it's suppressed. I should say as well, this is the console version of Nightfire. The PC version of Nightfire had different guns and ran on a different engine.
Oh, interesting. What was the engine, do you know?
It's the Gold Source engine from Half-Life.
Makes sense. And what, a custom one for the console version?
Just a different engine. In-house, I think it was.
Yeah.
It was an in-house engine.
Gold PPK. I would guess that's a GoldenEye reference, but now it's fully gold, interestingly. Even the grips are gold. So this is not a PPK, this is a PP. Slightly longer, slightly taller. Well, significantly taller, actually. But when it's in the hand, not so easy to tell. Yeah, genuinely gold-plated. If you like that sort of thing. And that includes the barrel. So the barrel is gold-plated on this, whereas the barrel on this is... Oh, no, I think it is. It's just... it reads as a bit lighter coloured. Even the suppressor is gold. Now, given how much shooting we're doing with the suppressor, we don't have a suppressed PP or PPK. Given how much shooting you're doing with that, the unscrewing it with your hand like that could be a little painful. Although you are wearing gloves. So, now... in a sort of unintentional reference to the movies, we see the suppressor getting screwed onto nothing, because in the movies they have an internal thread on the barrel for the fake suppressors, and in the game we just screw it onto nothing.
We go even deeper into the weapons of 007 Nightfire over on our Patreon exclusive extended edition. Join today and you also get instant access to our 007 First Light episode. Becoming a patron comes with perks such as 1 week early access to videos, Discord access, and we have over 85 Patreon exclusive Director's Cut episodes and a bunch more bonus content. Either way, whether you join the Patreon or watch along here on YouTube, I want to say thank you for supporting us, and now I'll get back to the video.
I'm hit! Take cover! I see him. I'm hit! Man down! Man down!
Now, the sniper rifle, we don't have this vintage of AI 300 Magnum, because this is having checked, it is a 300 Magnum version. So the AWM, Arctic Warfare Magnum, and...
I only knew it was a 300 Magnum because it says it picks up 300 rounds.
Yeah, that's the only way you know. It may as well be 7.62, but anyway. So we haven't got an well, we do have AWM, but it's British military variants of it in 338. In fact, we've finally got an L115A3. This isn't that. This is actually a Trials. I believe it saw limited service with the Royal Marines. This is essentially the L96 in 300 Magnum with a funky early type AI vortexy muzzle device integrated into the barrel, which the AW had as well at this point. This is technically an AW. Well, actually, technically a PM. It's the Precision Marksman, but it is in 300 Magnum. Looks pretty similar to what we see there, but the stock in the game, well, it's fairly close. There are a couple of details in the game model that are there on the actual AWM. Think of this as like a prototype AWM, basically. So it's one of our quite good collection of AI rifles. Now, where it parts company is with that cylindrical shaped bolt. The AI famously has that chunky, blocky looking cocking piece at the back. No recoil, I notice. And left-handed again. The animations are quite good for the time. They feel quite sort of naturalistic.
Yeah, a lot of the gun stuff in Nightfire was surprisingly decent, even by today's standards.
Would you believe this is a Ruger? This is a Ruger MP9, and if it looks like a slightly cursed Uzi, it's because it is. The actual Uzi Gal, the inventor of the Uzi, came back for Ruger and came up with a really quite similar, but differently proportioned design for Ruger that did not have any real success. That it's quite rare. So this is a case of like in a game, if you see tons of these littering the floor where you've been killing people, that in itself is like the world's concentration of this firearm, pretty much. I think very few of these around, not even thousands of them. Even if it looks a bit like the Uzi Pro from later on, it's not that. It's actually a design for Ruger.
I really like that the health bar is sections of the barrel that you see at the start of every Bond movie.
Took me an embarrassingly long time to realise that. Now, this aiming, this looks like the GoldenEye twin stick thing.
Very similar to that. Works very similar to that. Because it also has the auto aim of GoldenEye. When you get close enough, your gun will just snap to a nearby enemy.
Oh, did that guy just try and spin kick you?
Yep.
It's a great way to get shot in the nuts, isn't it? Yeah, big fan of the that style of aiming. Oh, I like the squeezing off single shots from the not Uzi there.
Yeah, you switch it to semi, and the character will then hold it in a sort of pistol grip.
Oh, okay, that wasn't you tapping. I'm surprised that it's even an option, to be honest.
If it's set to full auto, both hands will be on the weapon. If it's semi in pistol mode, more accurate, it's one hand on it.
Good. That's good. I'm guessing you can't use the buttstock though.
No.
If there's even one on the model, actually. No. Lens flare, because apparently we are a sentient film camera. Oh, it's that time of the timeline where you've got to have an OICW in your game.
That's right.
There was, from slightly dim memory, there was a fake OICW in one of the Bond movies that Bapty lashed up at short notice.
Oh, I don't remember. Oh, that was in Die Another Day.
There you go. The filmmakers come calling, go, our script says we need an OICW, and they go, I'm sorry, how are we supposed to have that? The same thing happened with the P11 in Tomb Raider. They had to mock up a P11. Actually, I'm almost surprised Bapty didn't have a P11. They did have some interesting stuff, and still do, in fact. So it's quite a close model of the OICW. Always makes me think of Delta Force Land Warrior.
Great game.
So the sort of the details and the controls and switches look right to me, although we're not really using them. The red LEDs on the optic I don't think are on the original. I have held one once, about 8 years ago. Yeah, I don't think bright red LEDs on the side of your weapon would be a great idea in practice. What are they indicating something in the...
No, it's just visual interest. I thought it might be like a
Okay.
grenade counter, but the magazine holds more than 4 grenades. Holds 6.
I guess nothing says sci-fi like some LEDs that blink on and off occasionally. Burst fire, I believe there was a burst setting on the OSCW kinetic components, which is the G36 derived carbine on the bottom half. Yes, for those of you who don't know, 20... I think it was 20mm, sorry. Yeah, the XM25 was 25mm, and some of the precision grenadier candidates, well, they are now ranging from 25mm, quite small, to 40mm diameter grenades. So this idea is still active, but only as a standalone system. The OICW Objective Infantry Combat Weapon split off into its kinetic component, which became the XM8 family of rifles that was never adopted, G36 in a tuxedo, and the XM25 Punisher. In fact, yeah, it must have been 25mm. I'm going to have to check that now. Damn it.
This guy just saying, this isn't much of a contest, as I throw dozens of 20mm grenades at him. Turns out he was correct. And there's the obligatory Bond's having a shootout while the bad guy's doing a big long monologue through a loudspeaker scene.
Yeah, you don't want to be a henchman in that scenario, do you, really?
The answer is sublimely simple. A corporate takeover by Phoenix International on a worldwide scale.
Yeah, so one of the OICW was 20mm, I guess because they're trying to pack in more shots, but 20mm diameter grenades are really quite tiny. That got upgunned a bit in the XM25 to 25mm, a little bit more of a payload, but anecdotally kind of still not necessarily suitable. It's possible ammunition technology has come on though, because some of the precision grenadier system, or one of the precision grenadier system candidates, is also 25mm. I think it's the one that derived from the XM25. Others are going to be 30 or 40mm. So yeah, this standalone semi-automatic programmable grenade launcher thing is still live. The idea of it having a sort of built-in bullet firing weapon, that's kind of dead now. Oh, that's fun. Sort of micro gun in a briefcase. I'm not sure that would fit in a briefcase. It's quite a big briefcase, I guess, but...
Yeah, that's almost luggage, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it is. If it's like a small suitcase, really. That's a fun video game weapon, though. I just love the way you're carrying around luggage. Right? facing enemies with guns, and just wait a minute while I set this up.
Well, it's not the first gun in a suitcase we've seen.
Nope.
This isn't an MP5, though.
No, it is not. I would have to assume it's somewhat inspired by that, though. It's like a cross between that and a sentry gun, really. Except you only control it yourself, I'm gathering from this.
It either locks on automatically, or you can remote into it to take control of it.
Sorry, yes, I can see it doing that. Some weird flash going on with it. Looks like there's muzzle flash coming out of the middle of the gun.
Yeah, I never noticed that while playing.
In third person, I think it's incorrectly sort of located in space, as it were.
Watch that be a bug that is only appears on emulators.
I was just thinking that. That seems like it's another GoldenEye reference. M9K. Deutsche M9K instead of D5K Deutsch? I don't know.
Yeah.
Not a bad MP5K there. Sounds good as well.
No slap.
No slap and a ton of recoil as well for a weapon that famously is not that hard in the recoilingness of it.
Are you okay?
No. My brain is starting to collapse on itself.
That's fair. That's fair. It's coming to the end of the week. It's coming to the end of the week, and I'm showing you 2002 movie tie-in games.
Yep.
Well, not movie tie-in, but movie franchise games.
This suffers from the I guess the awkward toddler years of 3D graphics of guns, where there's no sight in the sight protector.
Yeah, well, they're never going to use them. Technology simply can't handle them.
Alex's code key and password should get you into the Phoenix mainframe, but they'll have the whole building locked down by now.
Anything can be penetrated with the proper tool.
Really? Honestly. No comment on that one. Let's go and get a P11, shall we? That felt more like a Roger Moore line than a Pierce Brosnan line. Oh, it's meant to be a tranquilizer gun.
Yeah, knocks people out. Used above water.
Yeah, well, there is an above water barrel unit for this, which just has rifled barrels in it. We actually have a fired one in the collection. This has its underwater version, which are darts. So you can sort of see how it sort of works. You'll notice that the barrel unit on this is just black polymer. There it is off the gun. The one in the game is silver, and that is how the mock-up P11 from Tomb Raider 2, I think it was, is designed. So looks like they took their P11 from a movie mock-up from a different franchise. I don't know what a P11 would sound like above water, firing the darts. It's not meant for that. I guess it would be somewhat quiet, but louder than this. I'm not about to try it. Although we might have to try it one day if we're ever going to recover an example of one of the flechettes to actually show people or put on display one day. We're actually going to have to either deconstruct or shoot one of the I think we have 2 live ones in store. Love to shoot it underwater, but I don't think the local council would be very happy if I head to the local swimming pool.
I've got a pool you can borrow.
Have you?
It is shaped like a turtle.
Sounds like it might be a bit too small. The whole point of this being that the darts will travel much further through water and kill things. So a paddling pool isn't going to cut it, I'm afraid. The reload is somewhat accurate though, although it looks like they're just ripping off the barrel, whereas it's a pivoting lever. And then off it comes. But yeah, I wonder if they planned an underwater level to use this in and then couldn't make it happen, so they just did it as a trank gun instead.
Well, I believe there's underwater sections in the multiplayer, maybe, and you can
weird.
use this underwater. I only read that when I was researching the episode, though. I've not actually played with it underwater myself.
To be clear, this was never a tranquilizer or a toxin delivery weapon. Those do exist. Famously, the CIA heart attack gun, which is a fascinating thing in its own right. I'd love to do an episode on that, but a bit hard to get hold of one. Yeah, this was only ever for putting holes through people. Where is my rifle? Right, a little bit of an unusual choice. The SIG, no, not that unusual, I suppose. Didn't, God, I think Enter the Matrix has just popped into my head as having SIG. I think there were 551s in there, or 552s. Anyway,
It was also a very popular weapon in Counter-Strike.
of course it was. Yes, yeah, from pretty early on, I think, since it was in the version I was playing as a Wii. A wee man? No, that's not right. He's the jackass guy. What's going on? I need some caffeine. So this thing, this is a SIG 551, but you'll notice it has quite a long-ish barrel on it with this protuberance here. That's a grenade launching diameter with a spring clip in it. The gun in the game is roughly this barrel length, but it's called a 551. Now, if you look up the SG551, you will find it has a little dinky carbine barrel on it. And at least one of ours does. But most of the few that we've got have this length barrel. And whereas the books will tell you that the 551 is the carbine. So actually, that's actually a little bit of a mystery that I need to try and figure out as to why we have a long-barreled 551, or three of them actually. These were for some sort of trial that I haven't got to the bottom of yet, and they are fitted with ACOG sights. So pretty close to what you see in the game, although the game gun doesn't have this grenade launching version. Ours are marked up SG551-2 SWAT LB. Didn't think that through, did I? LB, long barrel. But it does mean that the SIG 551, SG551, is not inherently a short barrel weapon. I guess it's got enough different features on it as a model that they offered it a long barrel version of it as a sort of improved 550. Would be my guess, but I'm going to go away and find out. Mirrored like the others, you'll see you have the ejection opening there with the slot and the sort of rubber doors on there that keep it sealed as best you can as the cocking handle comes back through that slot and opens up passes through these, more like polymer actually, but effectively a polymer rubber, comes through that channel there.
My theory of this gun's inclusion being inspired by Counter-Strike is reinforced by recalling that it's called the Krieg 550 Commando, or their DMR variant in Counter-Strike was called the Commando, and this in-game is called the SG5 Commando. So they've taken some parlance from Counter-Strike there, I think.
Lots of Half-Life and Counter-Strike influence in this game. So, SPAS 12 in pump mode. If I can operate the button to close it again. But switchable from pump to auto. Interesting. Which we can do by pressing the button under here and sliding to the forward position, locking your hand grip in, the pump grip in, and then we have that will disconnect the bolt, and we can load it up, chamber around, and it will work on self-loading or semi-auto mode.
This has to be one of the first games to allow you to switch a SPAS 12 from pump action. The auto version is full auto. If you hold shoot, it'll keep shooting.
Okay.
So it's not true semi-auto and not truly representing the semi-auto of the SPAS 12. But the fact that you can switch is interesting. The gameplay balance is, if you're in pump, the spread is much tighter. In auto, it's a much wider spread of shot.
Okay.
But again, I didn't expect to see even the ability to change the fire rate of a SPAS 12 in a game from 2002.
Yeah. I mean, we're not seeing any detail of fiddling with the pump grip to switch between the two modes, but that's fine. The auto thing's a bit disappointing in a way, but never mind. The big departure design-wise is the fairly iconic ventilated heat shield. There is mainly solid and green in the game for some reason. We do have ventilation up here, but we don't have it back here. If this was a modern game, I'd assume it was a legal change. I'd be a bit surprised if it is here. I think that might just be a mistake. I'm not sure.
I wonder if it was because of, if you imagine the TVs that you'd be playing this on in 2002, we would have been seeing less detail. So I wonder, without a contrasting colour, the gun would just become a block of black.
Maybe. But then the real thing is a black receiver with a grey
Yeah, they could have gone grey.
heat shield. So
Thank you all for watching. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Make sure you tell us what the games, movies, TV shows, or beyond you would like to see us cover. And of course, like the video and subscribe. As always, a huge shout out to all of our wonderful EXP patrons who allow us to bring you this content week after week. Links to support Jonathan and the Royal Armouries will also be in the description below, so make sure you check those out. But until next episode, thank you again for watching, and I will see you very soon.